York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is JLS for the Nick of Time show. Here, give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to celebrate our first game recap win. We are back, baby. Yes. Knicks beat the Boston Celtics, and their 5-game losing streak, 105-75. And we gonna talk about it. So let me introduce my guys, all right? First and foremost, you know who it is. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building.
Damn right he's in the building. 1 second slow, but he's still in the building, all right? And also, you know what it is. It's your guy, the raw metaphor, also with the stats and his facts. My guy from the next YouTube channel over, who's rocking with KOT. What's going on?
What to do with the KOT crew? Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. Raw Hebrew Remnants in the building as well. All right, so listen, man. Knicks win, beat the Celtics. It was a perfect situation for us, you know. We got a little bit lucky. No Jason Tatum, right? Kemba Walker came back. He tried to test his legs out on us. He failed the test, right?
Yeah.
Didn't go too well for him. But we can't take this. We can't take anything away from this Knicks team because this Knicks team actually played the full 4 quarters of this game. Played great defense through and through, held them in shooting percentages, rebounding, and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, tell me, fellas, what did you see, Roar? What did you see from this game, man?
That was a complete 48-minute win for the Knicks. And the thing is that, yes, they were missing Jason Tatum, obviously, but they were on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
So they were on a 5-game losing streak. And this is how you want to bust out of a losing streak. You want to bust out with a bang, and they did that. So I was very happy to see that. It's a shame how much the Knicks affect my daily mood. So I was so happy the rest of the day after they took care of business. Yeah, no, it was a total 48-minute win for the Knicks.
Absolutely. Anything you want to add to that, Ryan?
Well, one thing I do want to add is that, you know, another reason why the Celtics were probably kind of off that game was because they were going through their COVID, protocol thing. I think they haven't played in like a week. Mm-hmm. So that added to, the Knicks, being prepared to, pounce on them and kill them, which I'm glad they did. But what I was most impressed with was the defense because they held them to 15.2% shooting from 3-point range and 29.8% overall.
Okay.
And I just like the overall, play of the team. Like, Julius Randle had a solid game, 20 points, 12 rebounds. RJ Barrett showed up, 19 points, 11 rebounds. And the thing about RJ Barrett is that, to me, he didn't force it this game. Like, he let the game come to him, which I think benefited him greatly. He was able to get into the paint, get easy baskets, knock in, a couple threes, I believe. And, and that's what I want to see from RJ. Like, try to mix it up a little bit, just try to make the game come to him instead of, just trying to force the issue and things of that nature. And yeah, like Ross said, overall, good game. All 4 quarters, kept the pressure on, and came out with a big victory.
Yeah, we'll stay on RJ for a bit because I feel like RJ has been getting a lot of heat from Knicks fans in general, and we still have to realize this is still the second year, and he's starting to put together. And listen, Knicks fans, as fast as you jump off the RJ bandwagon, this is gonna be as fast as you jump right back on when he starts to put it together. Okay, because he's been averaging 7 rebounds a game as a guard for this team. 7 rebounds is nothing to sneeze at, right? He's been doing everything else well. He's been guarding pretty good. He's been setting up his teammates, and all that's been missing really is his shooting. And now that you see the shooting is starting to come together, because this is not the first game where you see him start to put these type of shooting games together. This is his second game in the row where he's shooting in like the over 40 percentile as in field goal percentage. So as he starts to do that more, and even as the Knicks start to practice more, I think you're going to start to see some of these shooting games start to rise. You know what I mean? And yeah, did you want to add anything, Ross? I feel like you're just trying to.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, see, what I'm noticing, what like you just very well put. People are forgetting this is a 20-year-old player. He is not 21. He's not 22, 20. He's 20.
Right.
And to be doing, honestly, the game hasn't even started to slow down for him yet. And he's playing like this. When he's going to be the type of player that will team apart when the game slows down. Right now, you can see because he does commit a couple of bonehead turnovers. Like he had 4 turnovers today. And a couple of he is so good at age 20. You're like, why did you do that? But then you forget that he's 20 years old and that he's still, the game hasn't completely slowed down for him yet. Wait until like his 3rd year or his 4th year when the game really is slow for him. He's going to be the guy that's going to pick people apart. Part of his jump shot problems, his jump is the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And once he gets used to that, it's not just his mechanic. He's got to get used to the speed of the game. He's doing more than holding his own with the stats that he's putting up. But when he does get to the point where the game has slowed down for him, he's going to be amazing, man. And so I'm very excited for the future with RJ.
I agree with you, man. And we talk about shooting numbers and projections and what to look out for. And I always felt like Frank Ntilikina would be a good shooter because the free throw percentage numbers, this is like a good indicator. If you're looking at RJ's games, the last few games, that free throw percentage is ticking up. Even this game right now, 87.5% from the free throw line. Getting to the free throw line a lot. Back to the old RJ, be like 7 to 8 from the free throw line. So that's what you're looking for to see, you know, is his routine solid? If his routine is solid, standstill free throw line, hitting those things under pressure because he hit some clutch shots game 4 as well. Then I feel like the confidence will take over at some point with the timing, like Ross said, and he's gonna be able to put it all together. He's
going to be something else, and so he's already stronger than most of the players he plays at his position, and he's shooting 74% from the line this year. That's a tremendous improvement. I mean, I think last year he was 61 or something like that. Yeah. So he's really he's coming along very well. So he's progressing. Like if see, people have to take their emotional, fair weather stuff out of it. If you take back and you take any player X and you say, I got player X at age 19. He averaged 61% from the line. He averaged 14 points a game in his first year at age 19. And now at age 20, he's averaging 17, 7 boards, and 70. You say, well, I'll take that. I mean, let's go trade him. But we already have him. We already have him. We just got to let him develop, man. He's going to be really good.
Yeah, the Knicks fans are really invested in the game-to-game development. And sometimes you got to be able to pull back and not get so invested in the wins and losses, which I understand why you would be, but look at the full picture of like what each player is doing to take that step to being an actual complete player. And if you take a look at RJ, even with the disappointing overall shooting numbers, because if you look at Clean the Glass, everything is still below average. But if you watching certain numbers, you still see that there is an uptick and there is a pathway for success with RJ Barrett. So it's a patience game, man. He was going to be fine for sure.
And I think what people are also, I just want to add one thing.
Go ahead.
I just think another thing that people are forgetting is that you have to also take into consideration who RJ is surrounded with. Because in today's NBA, spacing is essential in the league. And the current Knicks roster, there's not many shooters on the Knicks, so there's not a lot of spacing. So now when RJ, who hasn't developed his three-point shot as of yet, tries to go to the basket, often it's going to be clogged and things of that nature. His mid-range shot, they're going to take that away too because of the way they're playing defense. Because like even today, if you watch how the Celtics played the Knicks laid off the shooters. And they were guarding like that mid-area where, that they could like cut off, drives to the basket, cut off that mid-range or whatever the case may be. And it's like if RJ...
they're not the only team that's been doing
that's
that.
What RJ... Exactly. So if RJ's specialization at the moment is the mid-range shot, getting to the basket, drawing fouls is going to be hard for him based on the team he's on. So people should not read too much into RJ's stats at the moment because RJ's not in an ideal position yet to really, take the strength of his game and produce at the level that we, people are expecting him to produce. So I think people need to take that into consideration as well.
Right.
I would like to see him play a lot of minutes on the floor with Quickley and Burks, with Mitchell Robinson and Randall, because I think that would be, as Ryan is alluding to, that would open the floor up a lot more for him. And I think you'd see something from him then, because if Burks get back in the rhythm that he was in before he got hurt, and you already seen how IQ is bringing his game every night, and Randall kind of does, like, if you let Randall get to the top of the key in the pinch post on the triangle, he does open up the floor, because they have to guard him. If they put one-on-one on him,
he's gonna eat.
To kill you. So that would be the score a little bit too. So I think all of those things will help RJ. It's just, again, it's back to, let's get our guys healthy and get the contention back that we envisioned having.
Let's pause for a second. This episode was brought to you by Manscaped. All right, fellas, Valentine's Day is on the way. You want to make sure down there is clean, fair, and square. Manscaped Trimmer 2.0, it does not nick your knickers. It doesn't grab your hairs. It has an LED light so you can see what's going on down there. It's waterproof and is guaranteed to make your lady happy. All right, so definitely pick up the Trimmer 2.0. And also my personal recommendation, and Ryan backs me up, the ball deodorant.
Exactly. I've been using the ball deodorant since even before this whole sponsorship. I've been using the ball deodorant. It works great. It works well. The ladies, if that moment comes, the ladies go down there and they're satisfied. It smells nice and good. So go get you some.
Go get you some. All right.
Yeah.
Man, go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code KOT. All right. That is 20% off and free shipping with code KOT if you go to manscaped.com. And you know what? If you trim down there, send all before and after pictures to Ryan's Gmail account at Ryan. Okay,
no.
All right, never mind. KOT, that is the code. Yeah, and speaking of the lineup changes, the Knicks, this game was over in the fourth quarter, and Tom Thibodeau, we did some research on Tom Thibodeau, and he was talking about all the teams he studied that has the spacing, the 4 or 5 out guys. So he knows the deal. So I know he's aware of it. And I feel like today in the fourth quarter, when Knicks were blowing the Celtics out, he was experimenting with that lineup. You saw Quickley in there with the starting unit. I think Kevin Knox was in there first.
Yeah, Obi in there a lot too.
Yeah. So I do feel like Quickley might make his way. I don't know. I hope so.
Well, Friday, Quickley played 27 minutes, and I think Peyton played like 22 minutes or something like that. And today, Peyton played 23 and Quickley played 21. I think he's going to get. Remember, we talked about how if they just switch their minutes, you give Quickley. I think it's going to move to that. I think it's headed that way. I don't know. I mean, it may be just Tom Thibodeau's way to do it on a slowly basis, but I think it's going to end up, by the end of the second half of the season, I'm pretty confident you're going to see Quickley playing the majority of minutes at the point guard spot.
Yeah. And speaking of Quickley, great game today. I don't know if you wanted anything to add there, Ryan. But
no, I was just gonna add something quick, because it kind of like, I guess it kind of segued into my whole thing about, I think, why Thibodeau is playing Quickley as the backup as opposed to starting him. Okay. And I think it's due to the fact that Quickley's chemistry with the second unit, when he's on the floor with like Obi, Rivers, and those guys, like his chemistry is good with those guys. So, and the thing is that I don't think you should put much into like how a team starts a game. It's about how you finish. And I feel like, okay, if Quickley has good chemistry with the second unit, do you really want to take him away from that and then put Peyton with that second unit instead? When at the end of the game, if Quickley is playing well, then you just have him finish the game for you. So it's like, yeah, he could play with the second unit, which he has a good chemistry with, and then also at the same time, you can put him with the first unit at the end of the game to finish out games. So I'm like, that's why to me, I don't really see like the whole Quickley has to start and this and that. Like, I don't see it that way. Like, Quickley has good chemistry with the second unit, and then to close out games, you put Quickley in there with the first unit because at the moment he's playing better than Payton, and he's still gonna probably play more minutes than Payton anyway. So
well. I guess the problem with that is if you look at the games, except the 5-game losing streak, we've gone off to a lot of slow starts. There was a start where it was like a 10-0 start for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I forgot the other start, but there was a few games where we started in the hole, and it was because we couldn't make a jumper. Like the same thing you saw today. We were better at it today. We've seen other games where teams lay off go by the free throw line and under, and they're able to shoot it, and people weren't making shots. Now, RJ is starting to make the corner three, so that might help alleviate that problem. But the extra shooting should open up everything. That was the thinking behind starting him in the first place. Like more spacing for RJ, more spacing for Randall, and we shouldn't get off to the slow starts anymore. You know what I mean?
That was a couple of I noticed about RJ. He's not like what Randall does sometimes. If he looks at a guy and doesn't want to pass him the ball because whatever he thinks he can't, he won't do it. This year, he's doing it. But RJ always makes the right basketball play. And a lot of times that involves giving Payton the ball who's wide open, in the corner. And so, of course, defenses, if anybody on the Knicks, they want to shoot, it's Alfred Payton. So you're going to get him wide open shots. That contributes to the slow starts. So a team's going to come down the floor. They're going to double team Randall. Yeah. The Knicks are going to move the ball, and Payton is going to be wide open. And so now he misses. And then if we relax on defense, we're down 10, we're down 8 already to start the game. So if you do have and that's, to me, the Quickley issue is you bring Quickley off, you make him start, you're not going to have that. They got to respect him because he had like a 30-something foot shot today.
Yeah. If he starts making that, it's over.
So you got to respect that, and that alone. So because RJ is like, in that regard, he's like a robot. He's going to make the right basketball play. If somebody's open in the corner, it doesn't matter who it is, he's going to get the ball. And so if it's Quickley, it's a much better situation for us than if it's Payton. Because then we won't be in the hole. Now, when if we start playing better second half of the season and teams start gearing up for us, that's going to become more of a problem because they're going to really gear up and make sure Payton is taking the shot.
Yeah. Exactly, and it exacerbates the problem when Reggie Bullock is only shooting 31% from three as well. So it's like you have a point guard, your small forward and shooting guard all shooting under 30%. I mean, 30%, under 35% from three. Not a good look for an NBA offense, which is the rationale for starting Immanuel Quickley in the first place. But yeah, to speak,
I don't know. For me, it's like, even if the Knicks get off to a slow start, I always feel like you could be like, okay, after 2-3 minutes, if it's not working, you can pull Payton out, then just put Quickley in. Like, to me, it's like, I just feel like as long as Quickley's playing more than Payton, it's going to all balance out anyway. I don't know. That's how I see it anyway.
It could be. And I'm really of a believer that Reggie Bullock's like a 37% career three-point shooter. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking the second half of this season, he should start shooting better.
I hope so. I said that in the beginning of the season, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. He has had some nicks and stuff. He had a hip, he had a knee or something. Mm-hmm. So I think as he gets, it's the Thibodeau style of making sure everybody's putting 110% on defense. That's probably affecting him a little bit. So I think he gets used to that if he's healthy. And I think he will be. He'll start shooting better because he used to be a Knick killer when he was on Detroit.
Yeah, man. Everybody was a Knick killer, but
Bullock used to be killing us when he was on Detroit, man. So
bring back Reggie Bullock. Bring back Detroit Bullock, man.
Yeah,
Detroit Bullock was nasty.
Yeah. That guy could shoot.
That guy could shoot.
Yeah,
bring him back. But to Ryan's point too about the chemistry with the second unit, right? We did see some really nice things from the second unit today. We saw Obi Toppin get back in the mix, and I'm sitting there looking like, ooh, this is stat. This is stat now working the pick and roll with Quickley.
He flushed it like stat one time. Man. I was like, oh shoot,
exactly.
Yeah,
Quickly.
Yes, especially that pick and roll. It's
No, go ahead.
Yes, and now I just mentioned the pick and roll where it was quickly split the defenders with the bounce pass and pass to the top, and the top just went through the lane and just tomahawked it.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Came right down
It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, Quickly, he just has a knack for recognizing who needs the ball where, and he feeds the hot hand. You saw with Knox, right? When Knox is hot, Quickly is finding him. And the same thing with Obi Toppin today. He set him up for a few easy buckets going to the rim, and the next time down the floor, he was looking for him. He gave him the ball at the 3-point line, had Obi shoot it, and it looked great, man. Anything else you want to say about Quickly's game today? I think we talked about Quickly.
That floater game is tight, man.
Oh yeah,
it's going. I mean, I thought at the beginning of the season he was rushing it when he was shooting it, fouling, but he likes to do that. I mean, that's part of his game, and it was clicking. Sometimes, a couple times, he just flicks it up there, and I'll be like, because one of the Celtics announced that he threw up a shot. I said, yes, about what he did, throw it up there, but he flicks it up, and all of a sudden it goes through the hole, and I'll be like, this kid, this is purposely done, man. He's shooting that from the foul line, man, and if he can hit that like he did today.
Yeah. The crazy thing about the floater game, though, is it goes perfect for setting up alley-oops.
Yes.
It just does it so seamlessly. Like, if your floater game is that on point, once you get to the middle in that heartbeat of the paint, you can just throw that up, and defenders are just going to have to...
And they got to either respect the... or they got to guard the floater.
Yeah. Like...
So, and he hit. I think it was Obi. He hit with that today. That lob for the flush on the lob. It was like Obi just. Yo, I'm excited about that. Don't too. Oh. We got something. Calipari wasn't lying. We got something.
He wasn't. Yeah. Man. Speaking of Calipari, let's talk about Knox. All right. He didn't have, the standout scoring Knox game, right? Yeah. 33% today.
What did he shoot today? 33. What? 1 for 3 from 3?
Yeah, 1 for 3 from 3. But I'll say this. I just wanted to mention Knox just because I just heard a crazy stat today. That's the only reason why I wanted to mention him. Number 1 in the NBA in corner 3-pointers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, you know what? You got to call him Corner Kev now.
Corner Kev. Chilling on.
Corner Pocket.
Yes.
Corner Pocket Kev.
Corner Kev, Corner Pocket. There's something there.
Yeah, it's something there. No, but his game today was defense, man. He was out there doing his thing, and I loved how he competed for those rebounds, man. He was in the mix. This is a tough, he's tough and tough. Remember last year, it was the lack of motor and a low soft. Mm-hmm. Started off with Zion Williamson tossing him around like a rag doll, but then now this year, Kevin said, oh no more of that.
No more of that.
He didn't score a lot. I mean, he was 1 for 3 for overall, but he was 1 for 2. He only took 2 shots at 3. He didn't get a lot of shots.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of shots.
But he was playing defense, man. I was like, this is what we need from Kevin. This is what we need this year. I still think he needs to get more minutes. I just don't know where it's going to come from. I don't know. If it's Reggie Bullock's minutes, he got to get more minutes, though.
Yeah, he got to get more minutes. He definitely has to get more minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's Austin's. I don't know. Because Austin hasn't been playing well lately. Rivers has turned into a pond lately. I don't know what's up with Rivers.
Well, Rivers has always been, if you follow his career, he's always been streaky. He's always been streaky. He's a streaky guy. When he's on, it's like what he did at the Garden the other night. You know what I mean? When he's on. When he's off, he's not going to look good at all. So he's a streaky guy. He's a willing defender. He's not a fleet-footed guy. And he's a high IQ guy. So he's a perfect bench piece on a playoff team. That's what he's supposed to be. He's not going to be a superstar. Yeah. But on those nights where he does bring a 5 3-pointer night, that'll win a game for him,
Yeah, he'll win a game for us. But what about Mitchell Robinson, though? Because Mitch, to me, is like game ball Mitch to me today.
Yeah. Mitch been getting beat up, man.
Yeah.
He got hung on the rim Friday and hurt his heel, right? And then today he went out there to block a shot And he flipped over. I don't know who the player was, but landed on his shoulder. That caused my heart to stop.
Yeah, my heart stopped.
I just kept saying, "Man, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up."
That block was incredible. First of all,
oh yeah, it was though. It was. And so, and you know, Kelly Scalabrine got the nerve to say he's not a good defender. I think I would go at him every play down. I said, "You're an idiot. That's why you're over the sideline and he's playing. Come at please." I said, "Please do that. Please go at him every play. Let's see what happens."
If you didn't learn now, you're gonna learn today.
Exactly, man. Nah. So
wait, hold up. Scalabrine actually said that?
He said, I don't think he's a good defender. You know, he said Mitchell Robinson's a terrible defender. And he said he can't even guard the pick and roll. He said, I would go at him every time down the floor. That's what he said.
Yeah, Ryan.
That's exactly what he said.
Oh,
Ryan,
please. Who is Scalabrine? Whose man is this?
I like, and you know what? His boy would jab at him because every other time he said, well, that was a good defensive play by Robinson. He said, his boy said, that's a good defensive play by Robinson. By the time he did discover, yeah, he did play good D on that. I was like, well, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You can't play defense all of a sudden. I was like, you guys, oh man. I was like, this guy's it. And now somebody on another channel said, they tweeted, they said, I'm not going to listen to this anymore. I'm going to watch it, but I listened to it. I said, it's a good show.
You're going to watch that on
YouTube. He's an idiot, man.
Scalabrine is one of those players where he comes into the game during garbage time, that every time he scores the basket, the fans are like, yeah! Exactly. That's the type of player Scalabrine is. Exactly talking about you going to attack.
He was on a championship team and got a ring, so that's his claim to fame. You know what I'm saying? So,
see, he needs to chill when real players are playing.
I'm trying to say, man.
Word.
I said, man, bring Heinsohn back. Somebody resurrect him, man. This guy can't do that.
Yeah, get Scal. Man, it's not even bro picks, but I'm hitting the bro right now, man. I'm sorry. I just hit the bro. I just did.
That's perfect. But Mitchell Robinson is, without him, we would not be playing that well. He needs to, the way he runs the floor, the way he guards the paint, and now he's not fouling a lot. They called some dumb fouls on him today. It wasn't not his fault though.
Yeah,
but,
it wasn't.
He is really doing well. And again, what makes me excited is I'm seeing this as a team that's going to get better as the year goes on. So I'm really expecting to be clicking. You know, at the 3/4 point of the season, they're going to be clicking, man. I'm really excited about that. Unless, God forbid, somebody gets hurt. But if they continue to play like this, I'm expecting the game to get slower for RJ. Mitchell Robinson just gets better. And then, of course, Randall is playing at an all-star level. Even Boston Celtic, even stupid Scalabrine said, this guy's playing like an all-star. Talking about Randall. So,
Randall. It's just funny because, you know, you mentioned Randall. Randall's playing so good that you don't even realize when he's playing good anymore.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like, Obi Toppin came in with 12 points. You know, 12 points, 5 rebounds, some nice threes. Gave you a little bit something. Exactly. Randall ho-hum 20 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals.
Exactly.
50% from the field, 40% from 3.
Yeah, it's like it's expected. It's expected.
Boring. Like at this point, it's getting to that underappreciated point where he's gonna have to score 50 and get a triple double with 5 blocks to be like, oh,
word.
Yeah, but he played 31 minutes like a night off for him.
Yeah. Tibbs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tibbs, man. I'm sorry, Tibbs, man. I love Tibbs. I love everything he's done for this team. But Tibbs, man, this is a back-to-back, and we've been blowing him out for 4 quarters, and Randall still played 31 minutes. I guess I know it's the low end for Randall, but man.
That's crazy, but you know what? That's who he is, man. He can't be but who he is. That's why everybody was saying, he's changed. It's going to be different. No, he's the same coach, man. I'm trying to tell you. He ain't.
Yeah.
The only difference about him now is he giving IQ more minutes than he give most rookies that plays for him. Yeah. Especially point guards. Yeah, I ain't never seen him give a rookie point guard that many minutes. So he
besides Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose was in his 3rd year when Thibodeau came. Derrick Rose's first 2 years was under what's that cat's name? Vinny Del Negro.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Vinny Del Negro. Yeah, I forgot about the Vinny.
Del Negro's 3rd season he was under Thibodeau, so he was going to get minutes because he was a veteran by then.
You heard
Yeah.
that? Give those bits to Frank now. No, I'm playing.
Nah, but when they get healthy, they're gonna be good, man. When they get healthy, my God,
man. Frank just got to shoot when he get back. He just got to shoot when he get back.
hopefully he's doing that.
Yeah, because people take a low key shots at Frank. Like the other night, I think it was after it wasn't this game. It was the previous game against who the Knicks faced the previous game again.
They played Cleveland, and before that they played Brooklyn, and before that they played Charlotte.
Yeah, Cleveland.
I think it was the game after against Cleveland, and Wally Zerbeck was talking, and he was talking about Quickley, and he was saying how the way Quickley's aggressive, like this is how people thought Frank would be aggressive. Well, so he said something along those lines, and I'm like, oh, you see, now you taking shots at Frank, and Frank not even playing at the moment he hurt.
What the heck is that, man?
Yeah, man.
Your boy, what's that boy? The other boy that came on the show. What's that boy? The dude's name came on the show from Long Island.
Oh, Alan
Oh
Hahn?
yeah, what is up with these guys?
Yeah,
man?
Alan Hahn, man.
That's what I'm saying. I said Frank must have, one of their cousins or their sister, somebody. They must have hit on Frank and they ain't like it because they be almost personal the way they be dogging Frank.
Frank gave him the croissant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we.
We.
Oh man.
Okay. Isn't this nice? You get to beat the laugh.
Yeah.
Knicks win.
That was
Still
good.
more of this, you know?
That was good, Jay. That was good, man. But it always feels that way, the way to be personally attacking him, and he's not even playing.
He's not even playing.
Word.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll be taking bullets on Knicks Fan TV. I got your back. Take bullets. Oh man, but yeah.
But Randall, he's like you said, he's so good and steady. You kind of take it for granted he's gonna get you 20-10. He's gonna,
Yeah.
2010.
like, okay, but how come he only got 4 assists?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When they tried to do the usual Knick defense, play zone, fall back, he was one of the first people to hit that 3 to kind of soften up the defense. So
Yes, he did.
we talked about how, we don't feel like he's going to shoot 50% from the field, but if he stays around that 35, 37%, we good. And he's doing that right now. So
Yeah.
kudos to Randall. Keeping it up. Damn
He's
it.
shooting 50% from the field and almost 78% from the line. He's doing good, man.
He's
23, 7, and 11. Man, please.
Mm-hmm. The mid-range game for Randall seems to be really opening up too, man.
Yeah, man. He's really,
Yeah.
And just like I said, I already knew when he was even in New Orleans that one player could not guard him one-on-one.
Right.
But I knew that he wasn't good at passing out of double teams. He wasn't good at being a willing passer or a defender. Now that's changed, man.
That's changed, man.
Yeah.
It's all changed.
And I guarantee it, like if the Knicks remain 500 or at least near that 500 mark by like the All-Star break, he's going to be an All-Star.
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to deny him.
What power forwards in the East are outplaying him?
I don't know.
I don't see any. There's nobody. I mean, as far as a 4 that's outplaying Kevin Durant, I mean, that's it. I mean, right?
Oh, that's
But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, aside from
Is he
Kevin Durant,
I guess he is kind of.
You count Kevin Durant, you count Antetokounmpo as a 4. I mean,
Yeah,
you want that number,
Yeah.
you got those 2. But outside of that, there's nobody that's playing the 4 spot that's definitively outplaying. Not even Jaylen Brown. None of them are outplaying Julius Randle.
No, he could at least be second unit All-Star. I would say that.
Yeah, second unit.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Vote Randall in today.
Yeah. Hit that ballot button for your boy.
Exactly. Hit that ballot button.
Word.
For your boy. Yeah. Like I said, early voting, like buy-in. It's not even out. It's not even ready to vote for him yet, but I'm ready. I'm ready to get him in. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anything else we missing? Any concerns from the game? Does it all feel good?
I don't know. For a game like this, I don't think you can pick out concerns. Like 30-point victory over the Celtics. Like it's hard to pick out a concern in that case.
I tell you what, though, I was very satisfied. Like I told you before the show, I was very satisfied that Nerlens Noel was putting the beat down on Marcus Smart, and I think it was Kemba because for years, like they put Marcus Smart to guard Melo or to guard KP, and he would be manhandling them and getting away with it, man. I'd be like, so today when my man Nerlens both the bottom, smacked him in his grill, pow! I was like, yeah. What? And then he was like,
Yo. Somebody on Twitter pointed this out to me. Did anybody notice there was kind of like a thing going on between Quickley and Marcus Smart?
I didn't notice that.
It was a little ticky-tacky.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
Smart
a
was
little
trying to
bit.
get aggressive with him.
Yeah.
But that reminded me of what happened when Lonzo came in the league and first played Patrick Beverly. Beverly was making it to be overly aggressive. I think that's what that was about, because Galabrini and his boy was like, he wasn't even playing. He said, I want to see this guy Quickley. I've been hearing all the stuff about this guy Quickley. I want to see him. And so when Quickley came in and he started playing well, Scotty said, yeah, I can understand why they was talking about him. So maybe Smart was like, no, we're not having.
He's not going to happen. He tried getting his brain in.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say about Quickley, though, is the refs are catching on to like that little foul line move.
Yeah.
So to me, even when he's getting fouled, they're not calling it, because I think he just got away with it so much in the first two games. They're just like, no, we're not giving it to you anymore. So it went to like two extremes now where he's not getting any foul calls, even the ones he should be getting. So if I were him, I would chill on the complaining and the lobbying for free throws, because I think the refs are trying to adjust for that. Just play ball. Do a minimal amount of flopping. Quick.
The kid is automatic in the line too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, only missed one free throw all season.
He's
Exactly.
96%, man. He's automatic in the line, man. Shoot.
Yeah, Quickly's gonna be a problem, man. Quickly's
Yeah,
gonna
he
be
is.
a problem. Like, I don't know what our team's gonna look like next year, or what other point guards are gonna get here, because I assume Peyton's not gonna, I don't know, be here. But
He shouldn't be here, to be
shouldn't,
honest
though.
about it. He
What
shouldn't.
they gonna give him, another $5 million? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't.
$5
Especially that they couldn't.
No.
In fact, if we could have traded him this year, it would be a good time to do it, but we can't. We can't.
yeah, he would have to waive his no trade clause for us to be able to trade.
Yeah. And I was thinking about this too, because I was like, you got to think about it. Like, when Burks comes back, okay, that's one less slot, and like you could realistically push Peyton out, and then have like Burke filling that wing spot. You have Rivers as a backup point guard, and then, for example, when Frank comes back on top of Burks, it's like, do you really need Peyton?
You really don't. You really don't. But I mean, and especially if you're trying to groom these guys, for later, like your IQs and your Ntilikina, you want to give them time. So I don't know. I mean, he's there, but
he's there, and Tom
likes him.
Yeah, Tom still likes him, because they questioned him in the post game show, and they talked about his minutes and how they sort of fit between Peyton in the starting unit and Quickley in the second unit. And Tom was like, he feels like Peyton can guard the starting point guards a little bit better because of his size, and that's why he feels like he's in the game more. Which I kind of can understand, but I don't know. You know what it is? His effort is off and on too sometimes with me for Peyton, but he physically can if he wants to. When he wants to play defense, he can, but he hasn't been consistent in that regard this year.
I mean, he has to get into. To me, if you're going to be out there and you can't shoot, then you have to play defense. It's not you can't be wishy-washy. You can't be wishy-washy, and then. He can't shoot a foul shot. He can't shoot a jump shot, but he's got to get in the paint. He does get in the paint and shoots that ball out to the corner three very well. So when he's doing that, it's usually a sign we're playing very well. When he's not getting into the paint, or when he gets into the paint and is not finishing,
it's a problem. It's a problem. Yeah, for sure. So, and he also said he would like to see him and Quickley play together. So at some points, and I was just like.
Who would be sitting? Who would be sitting if that was the case?
I don't know. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Bullock would have. I would have to be. I would rather see
Bullock.
I would like to see IQ and Burks out there together now.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
now you're talking about.
Now you're talking. Let's go with that, Tom.
But I don't know about what's the point of. I mean, IQ would open the floor for everybody, including Peyton. But opening I guess because Peyton could get to the hole. Maybe.
But you did mention an interesting stat earlier about Bullock and his percentages, right? The lineup percentages.
So if you look at the top fives, the top fours, the top threes, even the top twos, in each category, Bullock is among the top three combinations in each category, and the top two is him and Mitchell Robinson. So there was one stat where. Everybody else was negative except Bullock and Matt Robinson and Randall, I think, together. Everybody else in that three was negative, and they were the only possible. And so Bullock is in lineups, I believe, because of the fact that while he's on the floor, they play better, and obviously he's playing better. So and I think they see that. So that's probably why he's continuing to be on the floor. Because I was a little shocked that he was in the starting line. I was a little surprised about it because, but now that I'm used to it, and then I had to look on Friday at the stats, I said, okay, I can get it because if they're plus with him on the floor, you got to keep him on the floor.
Yeah. So for those wondering why he still might be on the floor despite his bad shooting, that's what it is. It seems like the defense is having an impact.
Stats.com. Just look up, you can put 5-man, 4-man, 3-man lineups. I looked it up by the minutes, and then I looked it up by the pure like plus minuses, and he's always at the top of the list, in any lineup that he's in. He plays very well with Mitchell Robinson, though. And then when you add Randall in there, it's even better. Now, of course, it suffers a little bit with Peyton in there.
Yeah.
I want to see those switch Peyton.
I would like to see if Quickley continues to get the minutes he's getting. I think you're going to see more stats with him as positive in there too. But I don't think he has gotten enough minutes yet. But as time gets on, he's getting 20, 25 minutes. You'll see that more.
Yeah, and those stats will appear on the stand, and we can really see what's happening.
Yep.
All right, yo. I think we talked about enough of this game, man. I think we covered all the bases. Good Knicks win. Good feel good Knicks win, man. Another game coming right up to
Cole Anthony's coming to play, right?
Oh yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's gonna have the biggest chip on his shoulder. He's coming to play. This is another one of those games like today, like when I saw that they were playing Kemba, I was like, man, I wish Frank was playing because Frank is kryptonite to that dude.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see them put Frank on Cole, but tomorrow's gonna be EP on Cole. EP also gonna have a chip because he was drafted by Orlando. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, true.
I do like EP's defense today. I will say that.
He played good defense.
He played good defense today.
He played good defense, man. There was an overall. I don't think any Knick that was on the floor played bad defense today.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
I don't have no complaints there.
Yes. All right, let's get this win, baby. 2-game winning streak. Let's get it back on.
Let's do this thing, man. Let's do this thing, man.
7-8.
Let's get to 7-8, baby. Let's get to 7-8,
baby. Let's go. All right. Cool. That is our show. You know where to find me. You can find me, Instagram, JLS Draws Things, because I draw things. That's what I do is JLS Draws Things. You can also find us on Twitter at the KOT Show. All right. You can also find us on Instagram at the Knick Time Show. And you can also find us on the knicktimeshow.com. Check out the blog writers there. Shout out to Ryan's user right here. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Ken. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Dave. I'm trying to figure out everybody. Shout out to everybody who writes, man. If I forgot you, my bad. The heart. It's in my heart, not my mind. Love is in my heart. All right.
Everybody I forgot. Whoa.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff. All right, cool. All right. What about you, Raw Hebrew Remnant? Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Raw Hebrew Remnant. You can find me on Twitter at RWHBRW, Raw Hebrew Remnant. Mm-hmm. And that's where you're going to catch me.
That's right. Okay. And my guy, Ryan G, where can they find you, sir?
You'll find me on Instagram at Sir G
is Chillin'. G is chillin'.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. And you can also find me on Twitter at Sir_G is best.
Sir G is the best. That is our show. We out.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.